we have requested the university, the Chancellor of the university, Dr. Anuval, the Chancellor, right? Our last to last annual day, and she has kept our request. So it's at our request that they have arranged a visit for our children. And this fits in with our scheme of things, which we have explained. Next year we are going to have many more visits. How industry functions, right? Maybe the IT sector, how it functions, the hospitality sector, how it functions. So we want you children, so we are planning many more such visits. So this visit is based on a request, and the university has gone all out. They have gone beyond what we expected them to. They have sent their own vehicles, right? And I'm feeling extremely grateful. All of us are feeling extremely grateful. But this gratefulness has to show in our behavior, in our action. They will probably make.
For students to our beautiful campus, and here we all are, finally we all are there. And I hope the upcoming 3-4 hours would help you out a lot. So before we move ahead, I would like to state the legacy of Birla Group has created. A self-contained residential campus, amazing faculty, world-class education, opportunities to galore, and a future of high growth and success. And this is all that makes it most coveted schools amongst students. So first of all, we would like to applaud for your academy, which is actually one of the best schools in Bangalore. So I would request everybody to give a round of applause to Dr. I'm thankful for the management of Sardar Birla Academy and Alliance University that today we can host such young and brilliant students and talk about the careers and choices that interest you. So basically, we all together would like to pave a career path for you, which actually is the best for you, and you sustain it throughout your life over that. I would like to invite Dr. Puneet Karyappa, Pro Vice Chancellor, Student Administration and Affairs, to deliver the welcome address. Dr. Puneet Karyappa holds a PhD and an MBA in Finance and an MPhil in Banking. She's also certified in Oracle Financials and completed her executive program in Financial Analytics from Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow. Dr. Karyappa has held various senior leadership positions with reputable institutions in the past, such as Dean, Associate Dean, and Directors. She has also been a visiting professor for top B schools in India and overseas, such as...
Morning, all of you. Good morning, dear students. Good morning, faculty members of Sardar Birla Academy, who is accompanying the students over here. First of all, let me thank Sharmishta and Nandini for bringing the students from this academy to Alliance University. Alliance University is a first private university of South India, which is jointly recognized by UGC and AICTE. We are completing 25 years of Alliance education, and it has exceeded its academic excellence in the field of School of Business and Management. In the School of Law, we have School of Engineering, we have School of Liberal Arts, and we are coming up with School of Design, School of Science, Medical College, and so on. I'm sure the team is going to take you all through who we are, what we are, and take you through this campus. I'm sure the day is planned by Sharmishta and her team to familiarize you with what is higher education all about, which might help you shape your future. At this point in time, there are many students who are wondering, and I'm sure at 11th standard, there are those who have decided whether to go with science or commerce and what is to be done. But still, till 12th standard, most of the students will not have an idea how to go about what needs to be done. So what are the things that you have to do? Let me list down a few if it can help you. One is to have a positive attitude. It is said that you might be very, very talented. You might be a great cricketer, great sports person, or a great musician. Whatever is your skill or an art or a talent, what takes you far or what makes you the best is having the right attitude. When I say right attitude, positive attitude, looking at brighter side of life, being curious, asking questions. Today, wherever there is a student, a teacher appears, right? Ask questions, find out. Gone are those conservative days where you were scared to talk to anybody. But today, you are noticed if you have too many questions and you are curious to find out answers. Find out what is your interest, what is your passion, what is it that enthuses you the most. something which is very boring for you. I'm sure all of us slowly will start identifying that this is what I like and this is something that I don't like. Try to differentiate that and try to follow that what interests you. There is a career that is possible that you can make out of your own interest, out of your passion. You can get paid tomorrow for your hobby. You will not know. And please come out of the mindset that if I do this, I can become this. It is not there these days. I'm sure the other professors who will be talking later will guide you about transdisciplinary education today. Thanks to NEP 2020 that we can have multidisciplinary approach. You can have this, that and the other and have a career out of all that you are learning. There are people who have been an Air Force officer but today is working as a visual merchandiser in a retail store. There are people whose degree is something else but they are doing something else. So you don't have to worry at all about what is it that you have already done. The world out there is wide open with multiple career options. It is just that all you require is right guidance at the right time. Career options properly. Go through the social media, the internet, talk to people who are working. For example, if you want to become a chartered accountant, it is better that you talk to so many chartered accountants and find out what are their views. How did they become a chartered accountant? What is it that he studied? Is it difficult? Is it hard? Not going by one person's individual opinion, talk to multiple people. If you want to become an artist, talk to various artists. Find out more information, right? It is information's galore today. So it is nice that you can find out everything that you want. So find out what is it that you want to do and find out more about it. What is the eligibility criteria that is required? What is the fees requirement? Where can you do such studies? Which are the colleges, which are the universities that will provide such kind of education? Do I require extra coaching to do all that? What is the difference between a private university and a central university? You should know that kind of differentiation. What are the best private universities that are there? What is the differentiation? Do your homework properly and you will not have any regrets. And that is where it will help you take an informed decision. So thank you very much for coming to Alliance University. We have a beautiful green campus. You will be going around after your lunch, if I am not wrong. Yes, you will get to meet our students, talk to them. Most of the law students, you will find them in uniform. You will find the management students in formal attire. You will see all different kinds of students who come from different backgrounds. We have a diverse culture, diverse set of students who are studying over here. If possible, you can talk to them, mingle with them, have some question-answer sessions with them, listen to the professors and make the most out of your day today. If there are any queries, any clarifications, feel free to ask them and make the most out of it. Once again, I would like to thank you all for coming to Alliance University today, and special thanks to the faculty members for joining them and bringing them here. I'm wishing all these students who are here a bright and successful future ahead. Thank you very much. Welcome once again.
Ram,
Thank you.
thank you so much, sir. Mr. Manish R. Dhulekar. Mr. Manish R. Dhulekar. Mr. Shubhra. Dr. So finally we have a doctor. Dr. Pravesh Kumar. Shrita Singh, who is actually, after this association, because she wanted her students to visit not only Alliance, many universities, to give them more exposure about the career options and especially the subjects, because whatever the subject choices you are making right now in your undergraduate, that will lead to your career. So special thanks to her from your own students and from our side. Thank you so much, ma'am. And for that we have our own experts. So the first session is all about the courses and overall admission procedure at Alliance University. And to brief you about that, I request Ms. Divya Malhotra, she's manager at Office of Admissions, to brief the same.
Welcome all of you. So good to see you all sitting here nicely and after a long bus journey. I'm very sure, how are you feeling? Is it sleepy? No, not sleepy. Just do one exercise. When I say one, you have to clap once. When I say two, you have to clap twice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Now listen to me. Liberal itself means freedom. First stage is going to be foundation, and then you get to choose your majors and minor. And a lot of liberty is given as per your choice. You can do that. So in detail, we will be explaining you further. So there are certain eligibility criteria. I'm sure you come from a very good background into a very good school. So 50% is what least expected, 10th and 12th. But the preference is given to first class students. Then there's a selection procedure. It is one online assessment we conduct, our entrance exam, and then there's going to be a personal interview. Based on that, the consolidated result is announced, and you will be given the ranks structure you can see for all programs. Only for liberal arts, we have a different fee structure. One is the residential as well as non-residential, also you can opt. Hostel fee will be separate for non-residential. If somebody wants to opt that, that's available. Otherwise, for BA, BSc and such programs, the 1 year comes to 5 lakhs per annum. This is, of course, this year. You are like 2-3 years and that. We have, very good scholarship schemes with us. So for all the meritorious students, we want quality students in university. So there's going to be an entrance test for that as well. It's completely online. One is AU sign and UC is conducted by IIT. Coming on to the recruitment. A lot of people ask about what will be the recruitment, how is going to be, the placement after where we go. And I'm coming to a life which is going to be a little professional, entering into it. So you can see we have so many opportunities created, like 6,000 plus every year. We have 52% new recruiters we are getting good placements. So from all industries, as I said, whether it is CG, service industry or manufacturing, you can see we have our partners and the recruiters who visit us and have done placement in campus itself. There are n number of study abroad options available. You have a separate session on that, so I won't be taking much of
Mr. Ravilla, about the courses we offer, but you should not stick to only what we are, delivering. It's all about your career path, whether you would like to work, whether you would like to be a professional, 9 to 5, or you would like to, open opportunities as an entrepreneur for others as well. So that is something should be in fashion, that you should start some business, you should be having an entrepreneurial mind so that you can create employment opportunities for others as well. Thank you so much, Divya, once again. Now we have Director, Office of International Affairs, Mr. Rajan Chatterjee, who will be giving you a few insights about education beyond borders. So education beyond borders is not always outside India. Sometimes it is given you by the university. So it is in the country or offshore outside the country also. So please kindly explore all the opportunities in case if you are looking for having your undergraduate education or later level at MS outside. So how you can think and plan your career path post class 12. So I would like to welcome Mr. Rajan Chatterjee.
Yes, I know you haven't had lunch yet, but then you can be more vocal. Yeah? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Right, okay. I'm addressing students from which class? 10th and 11th. Okay. Yes. How many of you aspire to go abroad? Raise your hands. Okay. Yes, that's always the case. 15-20%. Yes. All right. The others who had not raised their hand, why wouldn't you like to go abroad? Any specific reason for that? Yes. The ones who had said they would not like to go abroad. You know why? Is there a reason, or you just don't want to go abroad? Or you have some needs in your mind that it can be very costly, it can be hugely challenging. What are you thinking? When you say you don't want to go abroad. Do you realize that the world is a global village now? Yeah? Anything is global. You might be here in Bangalore, but if you don't think and act global, you are nowhere. In some time you'll be working for a multinational company, or you might be doing your own business, which may diversify into 3, 4, 5 different continents or countries. What do you do then? You need some exposure before that. And you graduate. You're looking at what? You're looking at jobs. Would you want to have a job, or you don't want to? Yes, I need a yes or no? Yes. Yes, you need a job, isn't it? Okay. What is the job scenario in India? Any idea? How many gets jobs in India? Say management programs, engineering programs. How many gets jobs? Yes. Professional programs. Yes. Or any other program for that matter. What is the latest data on that? Yeah, there's a Skills India report which comes out every year. You should follow that. Yes? What is the job scenario? In percentage terms, how many gets jobs? 80%? 100%? What's your take? Yeah, take a guess. Yes? 40%. That's very 35%. It's going lower. 15% somebody says, right? Okay, the Skills India report says it's about 46.7%. So around about 47%. Management graduates and engineering graduates would get about 50 to 53%. So on an average, 1 out of 2 will land up on a job. You understand the difference between landing on a job and actually performing? Is there a difference? Right? If you join a job, will you start performing day 1 on the work floor? That never happens, right? We'll come to that, why that's not happening. So if that is not happening, are you liking this thing? I can do a very routine presentation. I don't think that will make any sense. Is this okay? Yes. Right? Thanks. Right. Okay, now, so only 1 out of 2 are getting jobs, but they're not necessarily job ready. You understand the difference between being job ready and actually getting a job? Right? So the employer comes, employs you, but the employer knows at the back of his or her mind that you are not ready for the job. Okay, you've shown some glimpses that you might be okay for that job, but you're still not ready. So what happens? You're taken in as trainees normally, and then you train for 6 months, a year, sometimes 1.5 years, sometimes even 2 years, and then you become job ready. So the industry actually spends a lot of money, resource, time on you to make you job ready. So there is a huge gap, isn't it, between what's happening inside the institutions and what the industry requires for you to be job ready. How do you address that? Any idea? How would you address that? As enrollment ratio. Any idea what that percentage could be in India at the moment? You understood what GER means? Yeah? So students like you pass out your 10+2 and then decide to join an undergrad program. How many would, after the high school, join an undergrad program in India? Any idea? All this will fall in place when I finish the presentation. So I'm building towards something. Yes, how many? 60%? 70%? 75%? So low, do you think? Only 75%? You know, all of you would join an undergrad program, I'm sure. Isn't it? So will that be 100%? I'm talking about India. And the perception of India might be different. In Bangalore, it might be something else in a village. So, in the Indian context, what would the figure as of 2019-20 is 27.1%, which means actually 1 out of 4 students like you who are studying in schools, high schools, will actually go ahead and join an undergraduate program. That's a reality check for you. So when you think by default you would join an undergraduate program, you're the lucky ones actually. You're the lucky ones of the Indian youth. You have heard about India's demographic dividends. Have you heard about that? You know we are a very young population. Yeah? Do you know what the median age of Indians are at the moment? How much? 26, okay, it's 28, yes, so we are very, very young. So the next 20 to 25 years actually belongs to India, very honestly speaking. So you have a lot of responsibility to shoulder. You know, you need to be responsible. You need to be aware that you are the ones who are going to shoulder this for the next 25 years. Okay, so that's GER. So that sort of gives you an impression how lucky you are when you join an undergrad program. You're already 1 out of 4 youth in India who are joining undergrads. How many undergrads proceed to postgrad programs? Any idea? In percentage terms? 30, 40, 50%? Around about 8%. So only 8% of the undergrads will then proceed to do a postgrad program. Be it here, be it abroad, anywhere. These are ground realities you should be aware of, right? And you should act very responsibly because you have to be responsible for what India does in the next 25 years. Right? So that's setting the tone. Now, day 1. Okay, right. That's a buzzword, right? But then, how many are job ready? What is the industry perception? You should know all this, right? How many are job ready? Do you know? Any idea? When an interviewer comes and interviews you and say they take 100 students, what is the employer thinking? How many of that 100 students will be job ready? Will 30-40% of that will be job ready or 50% will be job ready? What is the industry perception? Any idea? These are mind-boggling figures, right? And these are well-researched figures, right? Yes, how much? Some said? Somebody says 10-15%. Do you believe that? 1 out of 10 are actually job ready, right? The research says it's about 7%. Okay? So 7 out of 100 are actually job ready. And that's why the requirement for a lot of training for you to be job ready. Right. So why aren't students getting job ready? I'm talking about everything. I'm including the IIMs, I'm including the IITs. Don't think it's happening only in middle level institutions. It's happening everywhere. Right? You're getting jobs, but you're not job ready. What happens if you're not job ready? What will happen if you're not job ready? You will underperform and at the same time, you may not stick to that job. Right? So it's important to be job ready. So at the moment, your target would be to make sure that you fall within that 7% when you graduate. Right? So that's the unfortunate scenario. Right? And it's up to you to do that. Right? Institutions will guide you, they will create opportunities. Institutions like Alliance will create 100% opportunities for you. So you'll have great opportunities, you'll grab jobs, all that is okay, right? But you also need to know that the onus is on you. you have to be sure that you fall within that 7%. So what will you do to get into 7%? What will you do? Do you think you need to do something different to fall into 7%?
Follow the instructions properly. Stand in a straight line, straight, quickly. Show your papers now. Give papers. See, this is the outcome. Just show it properly. You are being featured in magazine now, you know. Okay, let's take. So it's a kind of, what is this? Design thinking, if you can see. What is that? Design of what? Edge or something else? If you can think beyond. See. Wow. Best. Right. What is this? And you can check yours. Okay? You can check yours. Thank you so much.
আমরা বেরিয়েছি তো ও ম্যাথসের টিচার ছিল
হ্যাঁ
তুমি কোথায়
Don't take it as a class. What I am reminded of at this point of time is 28 years back, I went to my first career fair. Those days, career fairs or visiting other places, unis, they were very rare. And the best thing that we liked about it is, on that particular day, there was no class. Right? And we were away from teachers. Having said that, make better choices. So when you intend to make a choice, it's high time, even from class 10 onwards, you decide what you want to do. There are various choices. It's possible for me to connect you to all. For example, I don't have much to do about medicine at this point of time, and there is a very standard medical practitioner only who can give you some enlightenment on that. So we'll skip that part. Remaining, I have taught in an engineering college, 2 engineering college for almost 12 years, so I can talk a little about that. I have taught in law colleges also for 5-6 years. My career started and I'm still teaching management kids, and I'm a PhD program director in liberal arts, especially literature and languages. So these are the areas that I have seen, both hands-on, and I can throw some light on. Now, whenever you sit with a career choice, which is very important, is listen to yourself first. Think about return on investment in every sense, not only financial. Your time, your effort, your emotions, your intellect that you put in, what is the return on that? And finally, not what is the trend now, but what is the trend that is going to be. There are a lot of websites that will help you with that. So if you go with the flow, you might make the wrong decision. Just think
because life will not begin or end with the choice of your career now. We are dynamically changing. I started my career as a teacher of literature, student of literature. I did my PhD competing in fellowship from 5 Australian universities, but I have never taught that. In 18 years, I have only taught business communication. I am doing research in qualitative marketing. I am doing some research in qualitative economics, etc. So you change, and you should be open to such change. Having said that, again, choose careers that will give you an amount of freedom to shift and negotiate. Be open to everything and anything. We have in my department BTech from IIT who has completed his Masters in English. So this is the dynamism with which the world is to be perceived, understood and accepted. If you believe that choosing just an engineering career will make you stick around only with engineering, that's a very wrong choice. We essentially also choose a career keeping in mind how much I can earn. There is no limit to what you can earn in any career, provided you are honest and you are falling in love with that career. Now, talking about liberal arts, why is the liberal and not illiberal? That is very important. What is illiberal arts and what is liberal arts? There is nothing new. An education that taught us to be master of everything. A jack of all the trades. We used to call it humanity. And not only separately, but each influencing the other. How many of you have heard about Michelangelo? Raise your hands. Quick, up in hand. Who drew the first geometrically perfect shape for a helicopter? It was Michelangelo. But it was also Michelangelo, and if you ever get the chance to see it, might have been some of you have got it. If you have been in Rome and if you look into the David's figurine over there, you'll find that even these nerves on the hand of David are so prominent. There was another man called Bacon, right, in England, who was the Prime Minister during the time of Elizabeth I. And this was a strange man. He was the first man to have designed refrigerator on one hand, and also how prisoners should be treated in the prison on the other hand. So from legal to science. And he died while designing the refrigerator out in the cold. Liberal arts, basically, as we presume, gives you an option to do all these together. It's not an honors in English, honors in sociology, in silos that you learn. We do that together. What lawyers usually do these days. Especially when you choose something called corporate law, it's a high-paying job. You can be a legal advisor to a firm. You can be a corporate lawyer. Yeah, definitely. You can still go to academics. You can still choose judicial services and end up as a magistrate somewhere. So that's there. Other than that, you can also be a criminologist. Okay? Now, corporate lawyers are required not only by various corporate houses only. Legal advisors these days are required by banking and financial services. For example, SBI to HDFC will have a peculiar corporate cell because they do a lot of money business, lot of legalities with government and immediate society, etc. Where what is very important is there are any school that practices the liberal arts teaching. What is the career that you can be? Here is something called technical writer, which was when we started the career a part-time job. It's now a full-paid, it's a full-time job. So much so, from British Council to BBC, from World Economic Forum to UNESCO, all hire technical writers. And you can understand the amount of money these people churn out of it. Academician is a very standard thing, which can be a career which can be an option in any career that you go, any subject that you choose to go with. From graphic artist, where we have a very liquid society where digital, AI, IoT, ML, machine learning, all these are in. Definitely graphic artist is another career. You have performance artists. Now, performance artist simply doesn't mean singing, dancing, blah blah. Performance artists these days are even hired by corporates, if you may know. And you know why? So that through performances, various leadership acts would be taught. This was first started in India when with a particular group in Calcutta called Nandikar, who were invited by IIM Kolkata, and they taught through their dramatic performances as to what is leadership. So it doesn't end getting some claps. You can corporatize any job that you want. The job of a translator is a huge paying job, where translation doesn't only mean from Hindi to English, from source language to target language you do things. It can also mean that you have to do a huge amount of data journey, what we call big data, machine learning, neuroscience, and then translate. What does your Google do? What does your Alexa do? Correct? So these are all translations sort of compacted together. Definitely media is a large thing. You can be working in the museum, you can be working in an anthropology section, you can be working in the NGOs like Greenpeace, which is a extremely high-paid job. You can be working in UNESCO. You can be an archivist, anything. And archivist also, digital archivism is becoming. So these are various new options that are coming up with liberal arts. We'll be very quick here. How many of you who have parents, etc., who are in law? Anybody? Your father is there, mom is there? Brother? Okay. Anybody else? Where does he work? I'll come to you. Where does he work? So he is a private practitioner or is he working with some corporates? He is a private practitioner. No. He is working with some corporates. Okay. Somebody raise his hands there? Yeah. Your cousin sister. In a corporate? Okay. So usually when you choose a career in law, you usually believe that you wear a black coat and move around like somebody as they do in Bollywood films.